So Revolution Beauty, what a drama this has been in the last couple of weeks. It's been a drama-filled year since the shares got suspended, but in particular these last few weeks, it's been better than an episode of Hollyoaks or Coronation Street. Like, it's been building up for a while, and it's like that big plot ending that's been building up. It's like that from a few years ago. I remember when I was younger, that old Coronation Street where Gail Platt and Richard something or other, I think it was, and they end up going in the canal in the car and landing in the river. Like, it's the big ultimate episode, and that's what it kind of felt like this week. And we'll get on to what's kind of going on with Revolution Beauty, what my plans are going forward, if I'm going to sell the stock, and everything like that. So I hope you enjoy it. So Revolution Beauty, the AGM happened and Revolution Beauty won. Bob Holt is still in charge of the business, and I'm quite happy with that. That's what I wanted to happen. I wanted Bob Holt to stay in charge of the business, and I didn't want Boohoo to put their men inside the company. I was looking at Boohoo and looking at all the situations that they've had and how poorly that company's been managed in the last 2 years, and I was thinking, I don't know if I want Boohoo to be running this company. Like, if I'm judging Boohoo off their last 2 years, they are probably one of the worst performing stocks that I've seen, and probably one of my top 3 worst performing stocks in the last 2 years that I own. I've not been happy with the management team, and in fact I would argue that I would like to see a management change in Boohoo. So I personally quite happy to see that Bob Holt, obviously he's got a lovely payout, let's not forget, but I'm quite happy to see him still running the business there. Now, obviously we've seen the back and forth between Boohoo and Revolution Beauty for the last couple of weeks. Boohoo did come out with one last little dig here, saying that they still want to see a management change going on here, and they still think that Bob Holt isn't the right person to lead the company forward. And it's like, come on guys, like, just focus on your own business here. Like, they had to go at Revolution Beauty because apparently Bob Holt was destroying the growth, and then we saw the trading update that recently came out for Q1, and it was anything but that. You know, fantastic Q1. I think no one saw this coming. You know, after the last 2 years, accounts being released, and then they come out with a 60% sales growth in the first quarter. It's like, whoa, where's that come from? And that was really impressive that they've turned that out. And I don't know if that's just because it's easy comps, or they're able to now focus on the business a bit more. With the shares and all the accounts being sorted out, but that was absolutely fantastic, and it was kind of a middle finger to Boohoo going, "Oh, you're saying we've got a growth issue? How's that growth issue going?" And it's like, you know, how does someone like Boohoo comment on Revolution Beauty and say that, you know, you've got a growth issue? Like, have we not seen Boohoo in the last few years? It's unbelievable how poor that's been managed, and the management team in general. I just don't know how Boohoo can seriously come out and question Revolution Beauty after their performance in the last 2 years. Like, they need a management change, not Revolution Beauty. So yeah, I'm happy with the outcome. I'm happy with Bob Holt still being at Revolution Beauty. I'm happy that Boohoo didn't get it. And at the end of the day, Boohoo should have stopped messing about. You know, they're saying they're a supportive partner. They're not doing that at the moment, are they, really? If Boohoo was serious and they wanted to take control of the business, they should have bought it. They should have bought it when, you know, it was a lot cheaper than after the jump up in today's share price. And they should just, you know, put the offer on the table and got it up cheaper, rather than trying to do it in this way, you know, buying a stake and trying to vote in the guys to manage, you know, the company. It's just not great. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, we'll see where that leaves with Boohoo. It looks like they're still probably going to hold the stake inside the business, but we'll see what happens there. Now, that's obviously the drama between Boohoo and Revolution Beauty. Now we're getting on to Revolution Beauty itself. Obviously, fantastic day. The shares are up over 30%. They're actually up a little bit higher on the day as well. Very good day for Revolution Beauty, and I thought it was going to be a green day. Looking at the recent trading update and the fact that it's, you know, how low it was. You know, the fact that the last day it closed, everyone was worried about how long is the suspension going to be, how, you know, bad are they fiddling the numbers at the moment. You know, that's why I took the position in the company. I thought, you know what, it's a high risk play. I said it's a high risk play that I'm taking. I'm only putting some small capital in it, and for me, I look, even if there's some issues in the accounts, I think the company's worth more than 60 million. Hopefully resolve it, and obviously that's paid off for me now, and obviously I'm up, you know, really good amounts in the position. What did make me laugh is that I noticed, like, it was so quiet out there. Like, there was no comments about Revolution Beauty, and it always makes me laugh because as soon as the share price go up, it's so quiet because everyone's on their account, like, looking at, oh, look at how much it's up. And then I'll look at something like an EHang, and I say that this, once again, is a really high risk play. And I bought this because drones could be massive in 10 years. And I said it's high risk, and then the stock goes down like 70% after I buy it. And the amount of times I still, to this day, from not talking about this company, I still hold it, obviously, but still to this day, like 2 years of holding it, the amount of times that I hear people go, oh, but you said, he hangs the buy. And I was like, I did, but I was saying it in the terms of view that I'm only buying it knowing that I could probably lose all my money in it, and it's a very high risk play. And people still bring that one up, and it amazes me, like when a stock goes down, the panic and the comments that are out there, and then you get something that is a high risk play, and then it kind of comes off, and it's like, it's so quiet because everyone's still too busy checking the accounts and looking at how much they're up. It makes me laugh, like the difference between greed and fear. It's so funny. But also, like a Revolution Beauty point of view, I was looking at the few forums and all that, and it was funny to see like the conversations that was going on. Like it was funny to see like all the bulls and the bears like at each other, and everyone saying, oh, look at the numbers now, look at the market cap, it should be higher, and I agreed it should be higher. And it's funny seeing the people that are like, no, it's going lower, this is not good, Boohoo are going to dump all the shares, it's going to go down to like 10p now, it's going to be down 50% on the open, and things like this. And it just makes you laugh, like the difference in opinion that is out there when it comes to stocks. It is funny to see. But I guess ultimately, like now, where do we sit with Revolution Beauty, and where do I sell my position out? I guess now is the ultimate question. So I didn't sell today. I held my shares, and the reason why I held my shares is because of the Q1 trading update. If it wasn't for the Q1 trading update, I would have sold today. I would have took my money. But the thing that I'm looking at the moment is the Q1 trading update took me majorly by surprise. I did not expect to see the numbers from that Q1 update that they did. I was looking at the recent earnings, and the recent earnings, they were offering, negative growth. I was like, I don't really want this. I'm going to sell out. And I think that the shares would have gone up today, and I might have made 30-40% rather than what I'm up now, but which is still okay. For holding a stock in a year, you would take that return. But I think the Q1 trading update did help it go up higher today, and is also the reason why I'm not selling today. Because this took me by major surprise. They were forecasting high single digit growth, which I still can't understand the difference between the Q1 trading update and the guidance they gave. They're saying high single digit growth, and then Q1 trading update came out and they said that sales were up 60% year over year, with EBITDA was up 3.5 million. I'm looking at that going, 60% growth is absolutely amazing. Gross margin of 38%. EBITDA was 3.5 million. You start timesing that by 4. If they can do 14 million in EBITDA, that's absolutely fantastic, especially for a 60 million market cap company. You're talking around 4 times EBITDA. So I'm looking at that going, I need to know what's going on here. Like, I don't want to sell because if they do this for a full year, this stock is going to do absolutely bonkers. And I don't want to sell out too early. But at the same time, I'm still unsure why the guidance was so low, and then the quarters come in like this. Is this just kind of one-off quarter? And that's what I'm trying to work out. If this is a one-off quarter and they go back to slow amounts of growth, I'm probably going to sell. If they keep doing this, I don't want to sell. That's why I need a Q2 trading update. If they're going to keep doing this, I'm going to hold, because these numbers are fantastic for this company. And the company at the moment, I think, is around about a 60 million market cap company. Not taking in today's jump, around a 60 million market company. And I'm looking at something like a Warpaint. Warpaint is an example of a UK makeup company that trades at 33 times earnings, 207 million market cap. So it's obviously 3 times the market cap of Revolution Beauty, 3 times earnings. And Warpaint is growing around 40% year over year. So obviously, it has previously in 2021, 2022 grown faster than Revolution Beauty, but Revolution Beauty's Q1 update is now that they're trading, growing faster than Warpaint. And that's what I need to work out. What are the growth rates? Because if Revolution Beauty go on the level of doing growth of the likes of Warpaint, well, the thing is Warpaint, this at the end of 2022 did 64 million in revenue. Remember, it's a 211 million market cap. If you look at Revolution Beauty, their last revenue was, the H123 was 75 million. Let's say they go and this year they end up doing 150 million in revenue. So if they do 150 million in revenue, that is obviously over double, 2.5 times more than Warpaint. And Warpaint is 211 million market cap. Revolution Beauty is 60 million. So the market cap is triple, even though Revolution Beauty is doing 2.5 times more revenue than them. And then when you look at an EBITDA point of view, let's see that at the moment they're currently doing EBITDA of 10.74 million, and they're currently trading at 18 times enterprise value to EBITDA. Let's say that enterprise value of Revolution Beauty is 78 million. And we just saw there, if they can do Q1 and just keep the EBITDA at these sort of levels, we're talking about potentially, 14 times EBITDA. 14 times EBITDA divided by 78 is you roughly around about 4 times EBITDA. And Warpaint trades at 18. So you're talking there that you could easily see a triple, quadruple up in the share price if it was to trade on the levels of Warpaint, considering it has the growth and it could do the same sort of EBITDA levels. And that's why potentially I don't want to jump out of this one too early, because if this Q1 is going to be the whole year, it's going to trade at the levels of Warpaint and I'm going to get a 3-4x return on this stock, and I don't want to jump out too early. At the same time, if it's not going to do that, then I'm probably going to jump out of it. So at the moment, that's why I'm not selling. I'm waiting for Q2 so I know, are we valuing this like a Warpaint? And if we are, then obviously I'm not going to sell because I want a much bigger return than where I'm at right now. If they aren't going to do these levels of Warpaint, then it's probably not going to have that much more upside. So then I would be wanting to sell. So that's where I am with Revolution Beauty. The big one comes in Q2. Whenever they put their Q2 out is when I'll have my deciding factor if I'm buying or if I'm selling. And looking at that, obviously we're in June. We were at the back end of June. So we are basically at the end of Q2 pretty much now. So I would expect to see a Q2 update in the coming kind of 4 weeks. So within the next kind of 4 weeks, I will have probably seen if I've ended up holding Revolution Beauty or if I'm going to potentially sell it. And that's probably where my deciding decision or my final decision of selling will actually come in. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for at the moment. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Well done to any of you guys that did take that risk and buy the stocks and being very patient through the last year while them shares have been suspended. It was a long year. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Congratulations to any of you Revolution Beauty shareholders, especially any of you guys that took some profit today. And I'll see you in a bit.